Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, you could please say hello to everybody.
Hi, Professor. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sure that's a
Yeah.
very interesting story. Let me first introduce our trainer in training, and then we can...
I let you down, Professor.
Okay, let's go. Hold that thought for like 3 seconds. And as I said, we have a trainer in training here, young Corbin. If you could please say hello to everybody.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are you? Happy Wednesday morning to everybody. Hope you got your cup of coffee. John, I know you're listening. How are you doing? How's your morning? Stephanie, you doing all right today? Good. How you guys doing?
Really trying to pound the pavement, really.
That's
work
right.
That beat.
I'm trying to catch somebody.
Kissing babies and...
I'm sorry?
Well, it's for your
Signing
candidacy
autographs.
for the new class president, Corbin.
That's right.
But unfortunately,
You're trying to drum up support.
Unfortunately, that position does not belong to
Well,
you
I
anymore.
mean, okay, all right, yeah. Well, when re-election occurs in a few months, yes.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure we stated that once you've been class president,
That's it.
you cannot be class
I don't
president
think that was
again.
ever stated.
I'm pretty sure I stated
And if it
that.
was, I don't agree with it.
Luckily, you have no power. You hold no power here.
Unless somebody changes the rules as like, well, let's say Kaysen, our current class president, changes the rules so that I become class president again. I mean, that's possible.
That could potentially be a loophole. Maybe I'll have to check the rule book and see what it says about that.
Oh, nope. I got the rule book right here. It says
he's
nope.
brought out the rule book
Nope.
on student class president.
Yeah.
I think we could add it in. I think things could be amended. I think we could add an amendment, right?
What section is it, Curtis, where it says that?
It's section 52, subsection F,
Ah.
line Roman numeral 3.
Mm-hmm.
A president cannot pass rules about the candidacy of other potential presidents.
Okay.
I mean, there it is in black and white, Corbin.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
There it is. Well, yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, there's no pictures in the book. But yeah.
But yeah, in the great words of your former class president, but yeah. So, Mr. Curtis, you had what I'm sure is a very interesting story as to why you're so depressed. Was it?
Yes, Professor. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I got so happy telling Corbin no there that I almost forgot how depressed I was.
Man, I know that feeling.
When I left class, okay, I took home that Eevee from last time, and I was certain.
Like, you took home A and Eevee. You didn't take home
the Eevee.
the Eevee that we learned about in class. I want to make that very clear.
Well, dude, it's I took home I guess it's not my Eevee, but I took home a Eevee
And Eevee.
and I was certain that if there was anybody that could get the structurally unstable cellular structure of an Eevee to change into a bug type, it would be me.
No.
You do not know how many hours I had that Eevee crawling in with the Spinnerack colony, covered in Spinnerack goo.
Spinnerack goo?
Wrapped it up in Spinnerack web in a cocoon to see if I could get it to evolve like a Cascoon.
Okay, so that's worse than killing a Pokemon. You just tortured it. Gotcha.
You did
okay.
traumatize.
He was enjoying the whole thing. Okay, I mean,
I don't know. I have a feeling like we're gonna see. I am gonna ask you to show us. I assume that you did evolve it into a Vaporeon.
I mean, after multiple days of just constant exposure to just the most amount of raw bug energy I could get, I still could not get it to evolve. Just throwing, I mean, not literally throwing stones at it, but just like any stone that maybe had a little bit of like Spinnerack goo on it, like just rubbing it all over it.
Did you try drowning it like that Squirtle?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, moving on. But eventually I said, you know what? If I can't be the one to make the bug type evolution,
then nobody can.
Whoa, what?
And then on the way to school today, I found a water stone in the creek and evolved it into Vaporeon. So
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping
Nice.
you'd evolve it much earlier on and then kind of like
Yeah,
spend
and not
the
torture
week
it,
with-
Mr. Curtis. God, how is he allowed in this school? Huh?
I mean,
It's hard to hire people right now too.
yeah. I mean, it's second. Second best. Oh, Vaporeon's pretty cool. I mean, anyway, it's it is what it is. Here she is, or here he is.
Whoa! Hold on. Slow your roll there, Mr. Curtis.
Slow your Pokeball.
So
there.
yes, we are learning about Vaporeon today, which is one of the many evolutions of Eevee. Before we do that, I do have a Gengar mail here that I would like to read.
I'll allow it.
From a virtual student, and then we can dive headfirst into our lesson on Vaporeon. Anyways, so this email comes to us from Jay. It says, "Hey, Professor Jacob, Corbin, I think that's how I spell it, and Mr. Curtis, again, unsure if that's how I spell it. Just so you know, you spell Corbin right. You did spell Mr. Curtis wrong, though.
I think I'm starting to think that virtual students are just messing with us at this point. I feel like we've said probably like 50 times it's with a K.
Well, I think we did.
It's actually CERTYS.
No, it's not.
So
Okay, sure. You know what? It's
That's
not
more
my
like
name. I don't
Certes.
care. I don't care.
That's Mr. Certes.
Certes.
Yeah, no, there's a K in there. I'll let you decide where it is.
yeah, it's not where you think.
Jay continues on with, I joined quite late in class, but I very quickly caught up and eagerly await the coming Wednesday. Anyway, I was traveling back home and was listening to the class and thought of an idea for a drawing. So here it is. They do have a wonderful drawing here that I'll discuss in a second.
I don't see it. I don't see
Wow,
anything.
Corbin, look at this.
Oh, thanks.
Look,
You made copies? Nice.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that my boy? Is that Perry?
So
That's
yeah, it looks like a
him.
picture of Perry at his desk. They even got the spelling of Perry right with I think a backwards R in there. Perry does have that on his desk. for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah, because Perry can't really spell. Yeah, how do they know that Perry doesn't spell well? Okay, nice.
Well, he's a Psyduck, so.
Yeah.
Who thinks they can describe what is on the whiteboard behind Perry?
Well, Perry, our school counselor, is obviously, giving you the solution to how to improve your mood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we.
Can't you tell there, Corbin?
It sounds like it. We definitely got to post this on Twitter or something so people.
Yes, of course. We will be posting it on our Twitter, which is wwopokemon@gmail.com or wwo Pokemon.
Hopefully, we remember to do that because I swear we've said that like many times and we just don't post stuff on Twitter. Hopefully, remember.
Well, I'll have to talk to Portia. Portia is in charge of our social media accounts.
Portia's putting in work.
Portia, our Porygon, our technical Porygon.
But it looks like it's a picture of a Psyduck pointing to a chalkboard that has a frowny face plus a stinky mushroom equals the giant letter X. Now,
I think those are Band-Aids.
it looks like it does look like Band-Aids.
Like a repair your boo-boo.
It could be Band-Aids. I guess. It may be.
Okay, so what is that crazy looking face above Perry's head? Like there's this.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be some kind of emotion that Perry is giving off.
Perry is mad at people for eating stinky mushrooms, and then he knocked over a globe of the earth. I think that is what I'm getting.
He did. Well, I think that just happened when he, in anger, jumped onto the desk
Right.
because he is standing on the desk.
I thought that was Perry telling everybody that if they wanted to feel better, they had to eat more stinky mushrooms.
Well, that's a frowny face next to the mushroom. So I think that means if you eat stinky mushrooms, you will be very upset and then go crazy.
Because
I don't know.
if it was eat stinky mushrooms and you'll feel better, I would think it would be frowny face plus mushrooms equals smiley face.
Right. It says it's an X.
and not what looks like an X. And I get that it could be Band-Aids in an X, Mr. Curtis, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Jay, if you would like to send us another Gengar mail, further explaining this. By the way, wonderful drawing. It is a great drawing, and we are going to post it on Twitter.
I need to take this to my art class so we can discuss it further.
Oh, you're in an art class.
We need greater artistic minds than ours in order to articulate what is happening in this scene. It's up for artistic interpretation. There's a lot of, themes here, and I would like to explore them with my art class.
A lot of people say that is the mark of a great work of art, right? Is that it has multiple interpretations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So, they do. There's a little bit more to their Gmail that I was going to read before we talked about the drawing, but Mr. Curse just wanted to get in there so bad. So anyways, it finishes with, hope you have a great day / night / afternoon / morning. Also, Corbin, where can I get one of the hats?
We ran out of fabric to make them, so I'm currently on hold making the hats. They weren't making me enough money. I mean, we made some, it helped out a little bit, but currently there is a fabric shortage right now in Kanto for the specific hat that I was making. So
supply chain issues, am I right?
Yeah, I gotta wait a little bit.
That's why we haven't been able to get these T-shirts off the ground.
Yeah, well, it's different fabric for the T-shirts, so that's all fine. We can make as many T-shirts as we want in the class. But yeah. It's the business will resume soon, and I will send you a hat, Jay.
Okay. Well, okay. So, but where can they find them once the business?
You don't find the hats. The hats find you. Okay.
Whoa! Wow! So it's kind of like the hat chooses the hat wearer kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jay, I'll send you one sometime once we get more fabric.
Okay. So that does it for the Gengar mails for today. So, anyways, back to the lesson on Vaporeon. So, Mr. Curtis, if you could please show us the quote-unquote hard work that you did.
Here he is!
Oh, wow.
It feels weird that I'm not throwing out the Pokemon.
I know, it doesn't feel right. Hello there. Right. Oh, my goodness. You were so cute. Hello. Look at that watery, beautiful body. Oh, my goodness. It just like sways to and fro. It's like it's made out of water. It's crazy. Wow.
But is it made out of water, though, Corbin? Is it made out of water?
I don't know.
It's kind of like water.
I mean, it's almost like water.
And this one's kind of greenish water because it's covered in spinnerack.
It's covered in it's kind of some weird, like, I don't know. Like, it looks a little bit strange. Like, it looks like it's not supposed to be that color.
So it's a shiny Vaporeon.
Well, I don't think it's a shiny, is it?
Kinda.
Shiny is, I think they're pink, right? Shiny
kind of purplish.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is a greenish pink spinner.
Oh, geez, is it sick?
Now,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it had PTSD. If it ever saw a Spinnerack, it might just.
I don't know. It's really pretty though. I love the fins around its head and that big frill around its neck. It's really cool. Like, hi. The tail is sick too.
Yeah, let's talk about the tail.
I mean, it's just like it's like a double dorsal. Well, dorsal's on the back. Sorry, it's like a double finned tail. It's really cool. Like, I don't know. It's just really neat.
Yeah. So the tail is very pretty. A lot of people mistake it for a mermaid's tail. In fact, I think that's where the legend of mermaids come from. Again, mermaids are not real.
I mean, they might as well be.
I know. This Vaporeon is real cute. It could. You know what? You're a mermaid in my eyes, Vaporeon.
Aw, ain't that sweet?
Yes, aren't you such a... Oh, okay, all right. Well, I guess it doesn't want cuddles from me anymore.
You tortured it. I don't blame
shied away from you.
I did no such thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about with Vaporeon, so go ahead and... Oh, by the way, Mr. Curse, did you name this Vaporeon?
Oh, yeah, I picked a name tag off the ground on the way to work today.
I can really see that you took this
yeah. I mean,
this assignment to heart, Mr. Curtis.
Originally, I wanted to name him Calthor, the primary, which would have, denoted that he was the first bug type evolution. But after, he just let me down. I thought, well, what name would be better than Jinx? So
You went from
this is
Calthor to
Calthor the primary. Thank you. All right, he's got a middle name in there. Make sure you use it.
Oh, so the is the middle name. Okay, so you went from Calthor the primary to Jinx. Okay, huh?
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you name it after another
remember
Pokemon?
this, Mr. Curtis. Yeah, Jinx is a Pokemon.
Well, I mean, I know that, but like,
I guess it was just whatever was on that name tag that you found on the ground.
I saw one as I was walking.
You saw a Jinx while you were walking?
Right. Yeah.
Wow, those are quite rare.
It was getting ready to do a dance routine. There's a traveling troupe in town, and she was going on stage. And I thought, you know what, Jinx is a good name. We can go with Jinx.
I mean, it's not a bad name. It's a little confusing for some people, but it's not a bad name.
But that's a pretty good strategy when you're like in a Pokemon battle, right? It really throws your opponent off their balance, right? You say go Jinx, and they expect a Jinx, but it's Vaporeon.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is pretty clever.
Subvert expectations.
All right, so Jinx the Vaporeon, I'm terribly sorry the torture that you went through this week. Honestly, that's on me. That's on. I don't think I'm gonna.
Can you take him back from Mr. Curtis, please?
Yeah, hey, Mr. Curtis, you think you can hand that Pokeball right over?
Oh, well, I've got so many more experiments to run on Jinx now.
And
I
think
we're gonna figure out.
I think we're gonna stick to bug type Pokemon for you, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, why don't you just torture the stupid Spinarak, okay? Just leave the poor Vaporeon alone.
Oh, my Spinarak's love me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Spinaracts are very happy. All right, thank you for the Pokeball, Mr. Curtis. Put Jinx the Vaporeon back into the Pokeball.
Bye Jinx.
Bye, Jinx.
All right, let's read some Pokedex entries. All right.
Okay, you
All
got
right.
it.
Hey, did you guys know that Vaporeon lives close to water? Its long tail is ridged with a fin, which is often mistaken for a mermaid's.
Okay.
Huh. Wait, did Professor Oak start the Pokedex entry with, "Hey guys, did you know"?
Oh no, I just figured I'd start with that just to see if you guys, just to make it a little bit more conversational. Professor Oak's entries are just so cut and dry.
I like that. That's cool.
Very, very analytical and like that. But I figured I'd try to make it more, conversational. I didn't like it though, so I'm not going to do it anymore.
Oh,
all right.
I like conversing with you, Professor.
Well, I wish you'd shut up.
The next entry says its cell structure is similar to water molecules. It will melt away and become invisible in water.
Oh, wait. So it just like flows through the water, like completely invisible? That's nuts.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because its cell structure is similar to water molecules.
Similar, not exactly water.
Yeah, no, it's not water molecules. I would have to see some pictures to really get an understanding of what that means, because I think I'm not a chemist, right? I'm a Pokemon biologist,
right?
But just on a size, the scale of those two things are just drastically different, are they not?
Right.
Cells, which is a bunch of molecules, and then one singular water molecule.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle to understand how they could be similar.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just because the fact that they don't have to be the exact same as water molecules, but the fact that it can turn into a liquid is what makes it similar enough. Could you say that about any liquid though? Milk molecules are similar to water. Could you just say that about anything that's a liquid though?
Well, no.
Exactly.
What is a water molecule?
Don't ask me that.
Well, I got some right here for you, Professor.
This is not chemistry. Okay. What? What are you doing?
What in the... I know he was trying to do his normal slurping, which we've asked him to stop doing.
What? Mr. Curtis, what was that ungodly noise? I didn't even want to look at it. What was that?
That was me trying to suck water out of a water bottle.
It sounded like a vacuum.
But he doesn't have a water bottle. He has a glass of water.
Okay, can you just not? I think
he attached his lips to it.
I think the slurping and the water, noises.
Hold on, let me give that another try.
No, please, no.
Nobody
no,
tuned in for this. Nobody. Every virtual student will leave, and we will lose our entire class right now if you do that again.
Okay, all right. Professor said no, so I won't do it.
Thank you.
But okay.
And former class president said no too.
Anyways, the answer to my question is it's 2 hydrogen atoms and a 1 oxygen atom, right? That's what a water molecule is.
Right. Okay.
Right. And it might be referring to I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe if there's some professors out there, or if some students have some theories that they would like to send, they can do so by sending us a Gengar mail, which in our description.
Yes.
All right. But for our purposes, its cell structure is similar to water molecules. And because of that, it will melt away and become invisible in water.
Yes.
Okay. The next entry is found quietly resting by lake shores. Its cell structure is similar to water, so it can invisibly melt into water.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So hold on. Could you theoretically drink a Vaporeon?
I think so.
Huh.
A big tall glass of Vaporeon. Sure.
Yeah, but only if it's in water though, because it seems to hold its solid shape while it's outside of water.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it were, that's what I meant. Like, if it gets into a pitcher of water, it can do that, right? It can break down and get into like a bathtub or pitcher of water, and you could theoretically take a straw and suck the Vaporeon from the bathtub, and it could basically be in your body. So then what happened at that point? Would it solidify? Okay. Would it like split you open? That's disgusting to think about.
Oh, don't think too hard, Corbin.
You're a Vaporeon sleeping bag now, Corbin.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I don't know. I mean, you just because it's liquid doesn't mean you can drink it, right? Like, you can't drink lava.
Well, some can.
I mean,
because then you would die.
Have you ever had a big warm glass of lava? It's pretty satisfying.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But the lava is not like a living organism. The Vaporeon is. So when you drink it, and parts of it like fall off you or get on your shirt or get on the floor, does it like what happens? Like, does it just like when it forms back solid, does it just split apart, or does the water come back together to one unified piece basically, and then then it takes shape?
I think oh jeez, man, I don't know. At this point it would only be speculation because none of this is in the Pokedex.
I mean, it really is something to think about. Like, it's weird.
They did not answer the question, can you or can you not drink a Vaporeon?
I mean, I know I'm not the only person who's asked that, right? No way.
Some researchers saw Vaporeon just melt away into water and was like, can I drink that?
Can I drink that?
What does it taste like?
I'd like to.
Can I drink
that? I mean, listen. It's no secret. We eat Pokemon, all right?
Whoa. I don't.
We eat Pokemon. Other Pokemon eat Pokemon. It's a thing. Maybe there's some kind of like Vaporeon like smoothie or something out there.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
Or like a special kind of juice that's Vaporeon based.
I'm ready to move on. I don't really want to think about having a glass of freshly squeezed Vaporeon.
You asked this question, Corbin. You brought it up.
Okay, but like, that was just like a is it possible sort of thing. That's now you're on the verge of fantasizing about drinking it.
Listen, you can drink if you're saying that because it's a liquid you can drink it, then you can drink any Pokemon. Because, as we know, Charizard can melt anything, which therefore takes it from solid to liquid, and therefore you can drink it.
Professor's got it.
I got it. I figured it out. I solved your puzzle, Corbin.
Sure.
Nice try. All right, let's move on to the Johto region. The first entry here says, when Vaporeon's fins begin to vibrate, it is a sign that rain will come within a few hours.
Ooh.
So get your umbrellas. Oh, old Vaporeon's vibrating again. Time to batten up the hatches and hunker down. Storms are coming.
You know what they call Vaporeon? Old jiggle fins.
Old jiggle fin. Damn right.
Them Vaporeons, as we say down here in the southern Unova region.
Unovans don't sound like that, right?
They do in the southern part of it. Yeah. All right, the next entry says it prefers beautiful shores. With cells similar to water molecules, it could melt into water. Could. It doesn't have to, but it could.
It doesn't have
Sure.
to,
Yes.
but it might.
And
It likes to.
Sure.
I mean, it likes to lay on. Yeah.
does it like to?
Well, it likes to. It just said it likes to lay on the edge of the beach and blend right in.
It says
can't
it
see it.
prefers beautiful shores. And then it says, with cells similar to water molecules, it could melt into water. I don't
Could.
think it states anywhere that it enjoys that.
Wow.
Okay, the next entry says, as it uses the fins on the tip of its tail to swim, it blends with the water perfectly. That kind of makes it sound like the fins make it blend with the water perfectly. But that's not what does it. What makes it blend perfectly with the water?
That its molecules.
No,
Are just like water.
Wrong.
Very similar.
that's wrong.
What?
It's cells.
What's the difference,
Right.
Professor?
What's the difference?
I mean, yeah, I know
What's
the difference.
the difference? Carbon.
What
jeez.
is that's? Oh, you guys are asking the same question. That's good.
What is the difference?
Come on, Corbin. Cells, molecules, different.
Water, Vaporeon.
Melts
What is the difference?
into
Water, molecules, atoms. It's all the same.
No. Think of it like this. Atoms go into molecules, right? Molecules go into cells. Check out. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so molecules are made out of atoms, a bunch of atoms together. Cells are a bunch of molecules and potentially atoms as well,
Following.
all together. So they're different, right? So
Sure.
and the if the Pokédex entry said that that the Vaporeon molecules were similar to water, then that would kind of just to me make it sound like they were just made of water, but that's not true. Their cells are similar to water.
And so are their atoms by default.
Mm-hmm.
No, I honestly no, I don't think that tracks. I don't think that follows.
You've lost me.
That's okay.
So anyways, it's their cells. Their cells are similar to water molecules.
Gotcha. Which are part of the atom.
God. Oh God. Okay. Well, maybe. Well, you know what? The Pokédex entries repeat this several more times, so maybe you'll get it by the end of the lesson.
Maybe.
All right. The next entry, it's in the Hoenn region, says Vaporeon underwent a spontaneous mutation and grew fins and gills that allow it to live underwater. This Pokemon has the ability to freely control water.
Oh, any water
Hey.
everywhere, all the time.
Yeah, because it's a psychic type.
What? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Water and psychic is a pretty good matchup. Is there
Okay,
many others like that?
Wait, no, sorry, I'm just checking again. No, it is just a water type. It is not a psychic type. It just has hydrokinesis, apparently.
Right. I mean, like most water
Yeah.
Pokemon do.
Like Perry. I mean, Perry's a water type, right? But he can do stuff with water.
He could do plenty of stuff with water. Oh yeah.
He can like spit water out of his mouth, but
That's right.
He can spit water out of other places too, but that's
like his armpits,
Well, I don't want to dive into that because
his nose, his.
Let's just say he owes me a new bike.
He has this great trick where he squirts it out of his eyeballs, and that, oh man, it really freaks people out.
Oh, that's no good. I don't like that one.
He does do that, and it kind of grosses some of the kids out. But that's not where I was talking about. But anyways,
He calls it extreme crying.
He calls it that?
Yeah, which by the way, t-shirt idea, just Psyduck with tears rocketing out of its eyeballs, and it says extreme crying.
Extreme. Professor, I don't know if I feel that one.
Well, they can't all be gold, Corbin.
They can't. Oh, that's a good T-shirt idea. They can't all be gold.
And you have a shiny Psyduck
Crying. Oh, that's good.
crying, and then it says like in small texts, like maybe at the bottom left-hand corner, extreme crying.
Well, I don't know about that.
So no, I don't think all water type Pokemon can freely control water. I think they can like spit water out of their mouths or
Sure.
Splash it with their tails really hard or something, but I think this being able to freely control water thing is maybe unique to Vaporeon, but also how do they do it? Is it because their cells are similar to that of water molecules?
Right. It's like, do they just manipulate the water around them? Like, yeah, it's like aquatic kinetic or whatever you said. It's like they could just manipulate it without even touching it.
I said hydrokinetic. I guess
That's what I meant.
aquakinetic is pretty good too.
But like, it's like, how do
term.
they do that? You know,
how do they do that?
like, and how much water can they control around them? Is it just a tub? Is it a pond? Is it an ocean?
Yeah, I mean, the way this Pokedex entry is written, it makes it sound like it can freely control all water.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
So
Also,
forget Kyogre. This is the true water legendary right here.
yeah, or maybe never know about Kyogre in the first place. Isn't that right, Corbin?
Wait, what about Kyogre?
We haven't taught him about Kyogre yet, Mr. Curtis. He doesn't know what that even means.
Just wait.
I know
get
who
there.
Kyogre is.
Who is Kyogre?
This big Pokemon that lives deep down in the ocean.
You know what? That was vague enough for me to believe that you do know what you're talking about.
Right.
All right. The next entry. Oh, and I do want to say one more thing about this entry. Is it says Vaporeon underwent a spontaneous mutation. I don't think it's quite spontaneous if it only happens when you give it a water stone.
That is
Right?
fair.
Seems like a pretty controlled, repeatable triggering event.
Mm-hmm.
is Waterstone.
Yeah, that's not that random.
But what do I know? The next entry in the Hoenn region says its body's cellular structure is similar to the molecular composition of water. It can melt invisibly in water. Nothing too crazy new. Moving on to the Sinnoh region. It has evolved to be suitable for an aquatic life. It can invisibly melt away into water.
Right, we know that.
Just meant to be there.
Yep.
Just to be one with the ocean.
This next one is, man, it's almost exactly the same, but it's a little bit different. I'm gonna read it. Its cell composition is similar to water molecules. As a result, it can melt away into water.
Okay, good.
Slightly different, but pretty much the same thing. The next one, it does come to us from the Unova region, and once again, it's extremely similar. We kind of found something about Vaporeon. We're just kind of sticking with it. It says, its cell composition is similar to water molecules. As a result, it can't be seen when it melts away into water.
So that's a pretty solid definite right there. It cannot be seen when it melts away into the water.
That's a really cool, stealthy way, like if you're fighting out in the rain, you know? Vaporeon could just blend right in.
Well,
Just hope you can't see it now. Sorry.
I think it needs to be submerged in the water, like fully submerged in the water to become invisible.
Maybe.
I don't think it's going to turn into water droplets. That doesn't really make sense to me.
I guess.
So let's see here. Nothing new from the Kalos region, of course. Let's move on to the Alola region. Mm-hmm. Its cells are composed of units, much like water molecules. It lives close to water and is often mistaken for a mermaid. All right, that's kind of interesting, right? Its cells are composed of units, much like water molecules.
Units of what?
Okay.
So maybe like how the greater grouping of water molecules are. That's kind of like what its cells are like. Maybe. I'm just not sure what the units mean. I'm not sure what units water molecules are composed of.
Maybe like just polarized, you know?
I mean, that is true. The polarization, which is a very deep topic that I'm not sure that this class really is in the scope of this class. But it does have a large impact over how molecules interact with each other. But I don't really know how polarization works for an entire cell.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I don't know. Alola, explain better, please. You know what? All Pokedex, all regions, explain this better. What do you mean when it says their cells are similar to water molecules? Doesn't make any sense to me.
What he said?
Sorry, what was that?
What he said?
Yeah. Thanks. Well, finally, a hype man.
Woo, that's me.
Hey, I'm the professor's hype man. Don't you get up on my turf.
No, you're his foot rubber.
I can have hype men.
I do rub his feet, but I also am his hype. So you better watch it. This is my turf.
Be the hype that you want to see in the world.
Oh, a spectacular T-shirt idea.
Wow.
Professor.
Woo, woo, woo. That's the professor. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't like him. His hype man. He's not a very good hype man, is he?
Be the hype. Be the hype.
Please, you can stop being the hype now.
Be okay. All right.
All right. This next entry from the Alola region says, blending in with the water and erasing all signs of its presence, it patiently waits for its prey, fish Pokemon. Finally a use for this ability to turn invisible in the water.
That's kind of cool.
Gonna hunt down those fishies.
And it's also really good for Christmas time too.
Explain, Corbin. Explain that thing you just said.
Hold on. Didn't you just say that it when it hides in the water, erases all trace of presence? Well, then that's good because like if you're trying to hide presents during Christmas time, then you don't have to worry about the kids finding them before you open them on Christmas Day.
I know we've discussed this already.
Presence, as in Presence. Presence, as in it's like its physical being, not its presence as in a gift.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. Sometimes you gotta specify.
Yeah, that is fair. These are, for a lot of people, this is a purely audio medium.
Listen, I'm not the only one that thought that. I'm sure.
Maybe I struggle to believe that you aren't the only one who thought that. Yeah, that checks out. I think most people understood that it's its presence and not its presence.
No, I think there's other people out there that think like me.
That's debatable.
I don't even, honestly, if we're being honest here, I don't even think you believed that. I think you just wanted to make that dumb joke about Christmas time.
I would never dream in a million years of making a dumb joke about Christmas time. I legitimately thought that is what you meant.
Corbin writes these dumb jokes in a little journal before coming to class. You're like, I can't wait to say this thing.
Professor, I don't prepare for class.
that is one eternal truth of Corbin, is that he does not prepare for class.
Yes.
All right, the next entry says, clean, clear waters are its usual habitat. When it's about to be attacked by an invading enemy, it dives into the water to hide.
Oh, cool.
Its presence is hiding its presence in the waters.
That's
right,
not
Corbin?
funny, Professor. That's not funny.
I'm not telling a joke. I'm stating a fact. And facts can sometimes be better than jokes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Muck can find a Vaporeon in the water.
Ooh, why?
I don't know. Liquid.
Well, Vaporeon's like clean and clear water, and a Muck being in the water would not make it clean or clear.
I feel like if a Muck got into the water that a Vaporeon had melded into, it would do irreparable damage to the Vaporeon. Like, I don't think that Vaporeon's coming back.
Well, like, I think it would. I think that'd be a good way to find Vaporeon because like it can't blend into the muck. So like if a muck gets in the water that the Vaporeon's hiding in, then it'll
Vaporeon
naturally...
just dies. It just goes belly up, and that's how you find the Vaporeon.
Sure.
Who knows? Maybe its cells are also very similar to the molecules in a muck. Who knows?
Perhaps.
All right. The next entry says it detects nearby moisture with its fin. When its fin begins trembling rapidly, that means rain will fall in a few hours.
Or if they use them to figure out the weather, like the meteorologists use Vaporeon. Maybe
as like a confirmation kind of thing, right? They like follow all their models and data and calculations and stuff, and then they like check. They're like, all right, we think it's gonna rain in a couple hours. Check the Vaporeon, and then the Vaporeon is out there quivering. Yeah, just fibrillating.
Poor thing.
Well, it might be. I think it's more of an excitement thing. Vaporeons like the water.
Yeah, I don't think it's a painful or a sad thing for the Vaporeon.
No, I think it enjoys it.
Yeah, when it's, I mean,
it gets to be with its own kind, the water.
Similar. It's not its own. It isn't the embodiment of water. It's the It's just similar to it. Okay. So there's no new entries from Galar or Paldea, but there is an ancient text here that comes to us from the Hisui region.
Woohoo! All
It
right.
says, tests show that its cells closely resemble water molecules, which perhaps explains its ability to conceal its form while submerged. I believe the origins of mermaid folklore lie with this Pokemon.
I mean, that makes sense, though, right? Like, like we were talking about earlier. Like, it makes sense. Like, for half a second, I was like, that's a mermaid. So, I mean, I guess I could see why it would be, But, like, I don't know.
But, like, so what's a mermaid? A mermaid is half fish, half human, right?
Sure.
Right, the lower half is fish, the upper half is human.
Yeah. What type of fish? Like Magikarp, you think?
I guess I would think Vaporeon, right? Vaporeon tail. Or maybe a Melodic.
Melodic would make sense, yes.
But, like, so you saw that, you saw its tail, and you're like, oh man, that other thing is a human on the other side of it, which I don't really see. Maybe if they just saw the tail, then they were like, oh, that's a mermaid. But that'd be a pretty stretch in logic to think that there's a human on the other side of that tail.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of Pokemon with tails that could fit in that jump, like easier leap.
Right.
Easierly.
Right, naturally, easierly.
Yeah, more easy.
Yes.
Okay, so so the next entry I have is from the Lentil region.
Mm-hmm.
It says, an empty-looking blue hole may actually be home to a Vaporeon.
Oh, I thought it was calling the Vaporeon that. I was like, that's offensive. You empty-looking
this
blue
Vaporeon's
hole.
an empty-looking blue hole.
Oh, it's mean.
Because their cells are similar to water molecules, Vaporeon can't be seen when they're in the water.
Right. Naturally.
I mean, this is almost uncharacteristic amount of definites in these Pokedex entries.
Almost uncharacteristic.
Almost.
Right. Like, Charizard can melt anything, and you cannot see Vaporeon when it's in the water. So
Yeah, no thermal imaging even wouldn't allow you to see it because it is water now.
no, it has one. Its molecules are just like water.
Similar, very similar to water. Its cells are similar to water.
Well, its cells are like molecules of water.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I
All
feel
right.
like we're going in circles.
That does it for the unique Pokedex entries. Let's move on to, the regional Pokedex entries. Let's move on to the unique Pokedex entries. First one actually does not come to us from Ash's Pokedex. It comes to us from May's Pokedex.
Oh.
It says, Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. Vaporeon love fresh, clean water and can make their bodies melt away into water as well. The next one comes to us from Dawn's Pokedex. It says, Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon, and an evolved form of Eevee. The composition of its cells is similar to molecules of water, and as such, can melt in water. Next entry comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. Vaporeon is made up of molecules similar to water, which allows it to melt and vanish just at any point in time. Not necessarily in water. It can
Just
melt away.
whenever. Into the mist in the air.
Yeah.
Well, when it rains,
It melts.
It pours.
that's right. It's gone.
It disappears.
And again, I mean, I guess it's in the Pokedex. I guess Vaporeon can just melt away whenever it wants to. It doesn't have to be in the water. So I guess it could hide in a rainstorm, but I mean, it would just be a giant puddle on the ground.
True.
A giant Vaporeon-shaped puddle in the ground.
Yeah.
All
when
right.
it rains at Vaporeons, I'll be here all week.
When it...
Nope. I've already said it.
When
We
it
can move on. You won't find one as good.
When it hey, Professor, I got it.
Okay.
When it rains, it Vaporeons.
I just said that.
You just put a weird accent on Vaporeon. I was going to say, when it Vaporeans, it
Nope.
pours.
Pores.
Mm-mm. No. No. Oh, no.
It sounds so painful. He also like clutches
your
his
joke
head.
is so good.
He clutches his head when he does it too. It's terrifying. All right, we have one more unique Pokedex entry. It comes to us from Chloe's Rotom phone. It says Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon, a water type. Vaporeon evolves from Eevee, a normal type, into a form adapted for movement in the water. Hey, get this. The cells of its body resemble water molecules, so it can hide itself in the water as if it had melted into it.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
My mind is blown. All right, that does it for all of the Pokedex entries on Vaporeon. I think we learned pretty well that its cells are like water molecules and therefore can melt away into water, which is pretty much the only thing we really learned. Is anybody ready for a pop quiz, do you think?
No!
Does anybody want to, I don't know, put away their Rotom laptops? And
Not really.
Oh, wait,
no,
bring out
not
their
really.
Rotom
I already
laptops.
threw it across the room.
No.
It's out of here.
Oh, my goodness. Now you broke it.
It did shatter across the wall. I heard it. You gotta stop doing that, Mr. Curtis. We've asked you very nicely.
It's okay. I just go get another one out of the storeroom.
Must be nice to be that wealthy.
He sent out of the storeroom. He's taking it. He's using school resources.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Anyways, pens and pencils on your desk, a sheet of paper. Let me know when you're all ready and you have all of your stuff
Fine.
ready to go.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Guys, I got a humdinger for you today.
Woo! I'm ready.
No.
All right. Now, you knew this was coming. You knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
Question number 1.
Woo, woo, woo.
Why can Vaporeon, quote-unquote, melt away into water? And give me 2 reasons why they would do this. All right. Looks like both of the answers are in. One from Mr. Curtis, one from Corbin. Wait, do I have one from Mr. Curtis?
Probably not.
Oh, did it? Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't.
Okay, now I have an answer from Mr. Curtis. Thank you, Mr. Curtis.
Sorry, slight technical difficulty.
Yeah, he looked at me and said, "I'm ready," and then I was like, I took his word for it. All right. So the question was, why can Vaporeon melt away into water, and why would it do this? Corbin says its molecules resemble water, and also to hide and to hunt fish Pokemon. And Mr. Curtis says Vaporeon can melt away because its cells are similar to water molecules. It uses this
Ability.
Oh, wow, that's wrong.
Bibli to wait for prey to snatch right up or hid from those enemies.
Mr.
Wow.
Curtis, are you 4 years old?
That was a hummed. Man, it's been a while since we got.
That's got to be just wrong by default. That's got to be wrong.
No, it's right. It's right.
Ooh, I wrote that very quickly. But I think the message is clear. I mean, its cells are similar to water molecules. It uses this to wait for prey to eat or to hide from its enemies. I mean, it's pretty straight.
I mean, I figured it
Yes.
out. I got it. All right. This is question number 2. What 2?
Wait. Did we both get full credit for that?
Yes, I
one?
did say that. I think Corbin was talking over me at that point. But yes, you did get it both. You both got it right.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had something better to say, probably.
Yes. So it's to hide from predators and to hunt prey. Those are the 2 reasons it would melt away into water. And of course, obviously, its cell structure is similar to water molecules. So, I mean, I had no doubt.
But is that what Corbin said?
He said it resembles, I'm pretty sure there was a Pokedex entry that said resembles. So I'm going to give it to him.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I feel like that's the fair and equitable response. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't really care what you think, Mr. Curtis.
Wow. Got him.
Got zinger. Okay. So moving on to question number 2. What 2 specific habitats are Vaporeon's favorites? I've been too lenient on quizzes, and we do them far less often, and I give you a lot of free 100s. So I want specific. All right. All right. Both of the answers are in. Corbin says beaches and lakes. And Mr. Curtis says beautiful lake shores and clean, clear waters. No mucks allowed.
No mucks.
It hurts me to say that Mr. Curtis got this fully correct. Corbin, I am delighted to say, on the other hand, you did not. So it's,
I'm well aware.
It's specifically clean, clear water.
Okay.
No mucks allowed.
No mucks allowed.
It didn't say that part, but I guess sure. And beautiful shores, not beaches and lakes. So,
whoopsie. Sorry.
I don't even think I can give you half credit for this one.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot.
All right. So you're taking it on the chin. Like
it's the first time I've gotten one completely wrong in a while. I will accept my fate.
Yeah, you got grade to burn. You're doing too well in this class, right?
I will accept it like the 10-year-old man that I am. Thank you.
All right, question number 3. What does Vaporeon detect with its fins? Both answers are in. Let's see if Corbin can claw his way back from that disastrous second answer. Let's see how he does for the third one. So Corbin says that Vaporeon detects vibrations in the water.
You got it.
With its fins. And Mr. Curtis simply says it detects nearby moisture. It uses this to protect rain. And then he says giggly gilgly. Explain.
Jiggly jiggly.
Explain that, because I'm tempted to take points away.
Take them away.
No, jiggly jiggly. They vibrate. They're jiggly jiggly.
Take them to give them to me.
Yeah, you need them, Corbin, because you got this one wrong. It's just detecting nearby moisture, not the vibrations in water.
Oh. Okay.
Although, I mean, how does it detect the water? Maybe it's
through vibrations in water. I mean, like, it's vibrations through the puddling and the pouring of the water on the water. I rest my case.
You get half points.
All right.
For detecting vibrations
in the water. And for all we know, that could be how it detects it. It could be, somehow measuring the specific vibration of the water molecules.
Question number 4.
Okay. Jesus, somebody's got somewhere to go. All right, this is an easy one. True or false? Vaporeon can control water. Yeah. I'm sorry, Corbin, do you have a question? You seem to be struggling with this.
This one's hard.
It's just a one word answer.
I said it. Okay, there it is. I said it.
All right. Both of the answers are in, and I believe I'm just going to save some time here. They are both true.
Hey.
Mr. Curtis did put an exclamation point on his, so he trusts his answer a little bit more. But the answer, yes, it is true. Vaporeon, this was only mentioned in one Pokedex entry, but Vaporeon can freely control water.
Yes.
No more explanation on that. Don't need to know how it does it. Don't need to know the extent of that ability. Just know that it does do that.
Don't need to know it.
All right. So, let's see here. Curtis, you got a 100.
Thank you.
Corbin, it looks like you got a, what is this? A 75? No, it's a 66, Corbin.
Oh
man, that's
66%.
Man, I haven't gotten that low in a while.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. Wow, this is bringing back memories of our old lessons when Corbin.
Professor, if I may, yes. Can I motion to give Corbin 3 extra points there?
Wow, that's very nice of you, Mr. Curtis.
Mr. Curtis, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
But unfortunately, I will keep it at 66% because this classroom is not a joke.
Mr. Curtis, why didn't you fight for me?
What are you talking about? I volunteered to give 3 of my points to Corbin and take a 97 for you.
Well, you should have fought a little bit harder.
Good try. But that's going to do it on today's lesson on Vaporeon. Next week, does anybody know who we're going to be talking about?
It's not Vaporeon again, right? No, it's hold on, it's gonna be
for the first time ever, we are doing a Pokemon 2 times in a row, Corbin. Yes. We're doing Vaporeon again.
Sorry, had a brain fart.
I just had so much fun the first time.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think it's gonna be it's another evolution. It's a Glaceon.
You know what? You're thinking correctly, but no, it's not Glaceon, but it is an evolution.
Wait, is it Jolteon?
Okay, is it Leafeon?
It is Jolteon. We're learning about Jolteon.
I did say that. I did say that, yes.
Yes, good job, Corbin. It was Corbin that got it right. Congratulations. Corbin, I believe you were tasked with getting a signed permission slip from your mom stating that you can temporarily have an Eevee that you will evolve.
Yes.
Do you have that signed paper?
I do have that here in my bag. Give me 1 second. And here it is.
Thank you.
This is the permission slip from Mom.
Excellent. Well, it does say Mr. Mime on it. Is Mr. Mime also your mom? I knew Mr. Mime was your dad.
No.
And he signs with this big handprint. You see it right there at the bottom?
Mom has been working late recently, and I kind of forgot to let her know sooner, so Mr. Mime had to sign it for me.
Well, I mean, I will only accept this if Mr. Mime is your father.
He's not my dad.
It needs to be from a parent. It needs to be from a parent. Otherwise, I can't accept it.
That's right.
Okay, well...
So I guess you can't have a Pokemon if Mr. Mime's not your dad.
I'll take my bike to work after class right now. I'll buzz by my mom's work, get her to sign it, and come back. How's that sound?
Well, then I can't give you an Eevee today.
I would like one.
Well, I'm sorry. Only a parent can give permission.
Just as an IOU, Here, I'll write an IOU for you. Here we go.
Corbin, all I need to hear from you are the words, Mr. Mime is my father. That's all I need to hear, and you will get yourself an Eevee.
He is not my father. He is not my father.
Well, then no Eevee for you. I guess I will be bringing a Jolteon next week, and Corbin, if you can bring me a permission slip with a signed permission slip from one of your parents, then you can have an Eevee that you will evolve into a Flareon.
Hey! Oh, Perry, come here. You have it? Yes, Perry, my boy. Okay, yeah. So Perry, the Psyduck, who rides with me every day to school on the bike, he has the permission slip.
The counselor, the student counselor.
Yes, the student counselor who rides with me on the bike.
We saw a picture of him earlier.
Yes. He has the permission slip from my mom signed.
That has another Mr. Mime print on it.
No, it's got my mom on the other. Flip it over. That's my mom's signature right there.
I can attest that is the signature of your father, Mr. Mime.
No, that's my mom's signature right underneath it. Look at that. See? That's it right there.
Now,
clear as day.
All right. You know what? Fine, I do see the signature. It does say Mrs. Corbin's mom, and that's how she normally signs things.
Wife of Mr. Mime.
That's usually how she writes it.
That is.
Not wife of Mr. Mime.
Wife of Mr. Mime. Loving wife of Mr. Mime.
Mrs. Mime.
Mrs. Mime, Corbin's mom.
Madam Mime.
Mrs. Mime and Corbin Mime. Whose father is Mr. Mime. All right, I will accept this, Corbin. This Pokeball contains an Eevee. Would you like to evolve it into a Jolteon or into a Flareon?
I'm getting my first Pokemon.
This is not to keep.
This is a class loaner. This
is a temporary. This is a
trial. I never thought this day would come. People have been asking, other students have been asking when he's going to get his first Pokemon. I didn't get me today.
Yes, we're all very surprised.
Okay, I'll do Jolteon.
All right, so you will be bringing it next week, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You know what? We'll see how it goes. This could make or break your career as a Pokemon trainer, Corbin.
It'll make me a man.
So take it very seriously, not like what Mr. Curtis did, which I would consider.
I took it very seriously. Okay, I was certain I was gonna be the first bug type.
It's the best Pokeball I've ever seen.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's lesson. If you have any questions for me, the professor, you can contact me via Gengar Mail, via the Flying Pokemon Theme social network Twitter. You can contact us even on Patreon or on Discord. You can find all the links to those in the description. Yeah. Oh, if you would like to give us a rating on Flapple Podcast or Spotify, please feel free to do so. Good or bad, we'll take them all. It's a numbers game.
Yes.
And so the more the better. Yeah, and also, I would say, as just a final request from me, is, we don't advertise this show in any way. We don't, pay for advertisements. So the only way that people learn about it is through word of mouth. Or I guess just kind of like scrolling through Spotify and perusing the various Pokemon shows.
Yes, this is a show.
Well, I mean, we have to put ourselves. This is the only place where we can
right. That makes
upload
sense.
our lessons.
Yes.
So word of mouth. Tell your friends if they like Pokemon. If they want to learn more about Pokemon, bring them to our classroom. We'd love to have more virtual students. But that's enough of me talking. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.